adult that was chasing a kid, and we had the kid who I feel was afraid.
Joining me now to talk about this is Jason Johnson, HLN contributor and political columnist for the Chicago Defender. Good morning, Jason.
Morning. Morning.
Okay, so tough question to pose to Trayvon Martin's parents, and it's something that's really resonating, and especially in the black community. We heard Attorney General Eric Holder say he had to sit down and talk with his 15-year-old son about this.
Yeah, I think it's offensive, but it's not new. You know, I think the Martin family has dealt for the last year with people trying to blame their son for not running fast enough or not running far enough or for somehow not scaring George Zimmerman. So I think they're used to these questions. It's sad, but it's not surprising given the jury and given what they've heard.
The Martins were also asked what the president should do. Should President Obama do anything, say anything? It's 5 days since the verdict came down.
Right.
The president hasn't he hasn't said anything. Should he?
I don't think he will. And here's the thing. I think of Cindy Sheehan, actually, when she lost her son, was talking about, but the president doesn't tend to get actively involved in these kinds of issues. And so as far as I'm concerned, they could ask Barack Obama. Maybe he will meet with them because this is sort of a larger issue about guns. But I don't think the president's going to say much more than the statement that he sent.
But should he?
I don't think he necessarily should, to be perfectly honest. Unless he wants to take this back to the fight about guns, I don't necessarily think he should. This is something that members of Congress should be active about and senators should be active about in the Department of Justice.
Okay, so Michelle Obama's going to be in Chicago today, and she's going to be talking to kids about urban violence. So maybe she'll take it on.
I'm sure she will. This is what's so interesting to me about what's going on in Chicago. We have had bloody cities before in the history of this country. We've had Washington, D.C., times in Detroit, times in L.A., and suddenly people are talking about Chicago like it's unique. This is a larger problem about crime. And so if she wants to speak about crime, that's great, but that shouldn't just be focused at young black children. Crime is an issue that all of us suffer from.
Jason Johnson, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Trayvon Martin's parents, Sybrina Fulton and Tracy Martin, will sit down with Anderson Cooper to talk about how the family is moving forward. The all-new interview.